Ever pondered the profound influence of past droughts on civilizations and our planet's story? Dive into the gripping narrative of scarcity-driven empires and humanity's epic journeys. As the Earth cracks and dries, it devastates our environment, endangering plants and animals. Droughts are causing big problems. They're making it hard to find clean water and food, causing fights among people and governments and risking our survival. Number 5. China's most disastrous drought. China has experienced many severe droughts, but the one from 1928 to 1930 was exceedingly terrible. Some experts say it was the worst event in China during the 1900s. This drought caused a big famine. 3 million to 10 million died. In the summer of 2017, Chinese authorities made a significant announcement regarding a vast northern region. They reported that this area had been grappling with an unprecedented drought, which means it was the most severe and longest-lasting dry spell ever recorded in that region. The Chinese government pointed to climate change as the primary cause of these extreme weather patterns, affecting various parts of the country. This statement highlighted the concern that changing climate conditions led to unusual and severe weather events, including droughts, which had serious consequences for agriculture, water resources, and the overall well-being of the affected regions. Number 4. The drought that spread deadly diseases. During the 1930s, the Dust Bowl happened in the Great Plains of the United States, Midwest, and Canada. It was a callous time for the people living there. The Dust Bowl made about 2 million folks leave their homes because the land became so dry and dusty that farming became nearly impossible. This caused a lot of problems. One big issue was that people didn't know that the dust carried diseases like measles, the flu, and a lung illness called valley fever. Imagine when people already didn't have enough food to eat. Getting sick with these diseases was even worse. Many folks got ill. Sadly, some even died because they were already weak from insufficient food. Simply put, the Dust Bowl was tough for people in the Great Plains. It made them leave their homes, and the dusty air made them sick with diseases they didn't even know were there. It was especially tough for those who were already hungry and weak. Number 3. The drought that destroyed the Mayans. Around 1,200 years ago, the Mayan Empire in Mesoamerica faced a severe challenge. At the time, their society was growing, with more and more people depending on the land for food and resources. However, this period also marked a significant drop in the rain each year, which was critical for their agriculture. This meant crops couldn't grow properly, and the situation became even more dire when the Mayans had to compete with neighboring nations for the limited water resources. As the drought persisted, the Mayan civilization was in a precarious situation. Crops failed, which led to food shortages and hunger among their people. This desperate struggle for resources, especially water, sparked conflicts and wars with neighboring societies. These conflicts further strained their community, making sustaining their once flourishing civilization difficult. In this vulnerable state, the Mayan Empire eventually declined and faded away, marking the end of a significant chapter in Mesoamerican history. Number 2. The drought that changed ancient Egypt. Archaeological research conducted in Egypt's Old Kingdom royal tombs has unveiled compelling evidence of a drought that struck 4,500 years ago, affecting regions across the Middle East and parts of Europe. Contrary to conventional wisdom attributing the fall of the pharaohs to internal conflicts, some experts propose that this ancient drought played a pivotal role. Instead of civil strife or external conquests, environmental factors, particularly the prolonged drought, are now considered significant contributors to the pharaoh's decline. This climactic crisis likely led to crop failures, food shortages, economic instability, and social unrest, collectively eroding the centralized authority of the pharaohs and reshaping the trajectory of ancient Egypt's history. Number 1. The drought that prompted the spread of humanity. According to DNA research, there were severe and lengthy mega-droughts between 135,000 and 75,000 years ago. These extreme dry periods may have been crucial in prompting the earliest humans to leave Africa. Scientists believe that the climate in certain parts of Africa became problematic because it kept changing. These frequent droughts made it challenging for people to find enough food and water, so they might have been forced to migrate away from Africa in search of better places to live with more reliable resources. These ancient migrations significantly impacted human expansion and adaptation to diverse environments. As we reflect on these historical events, we must recognize the growing challenges climate change poses today. The lessons from the past urge us to take action to mitigate the effects of droughts and other environmental crises. By understanding the past, we can better shape our future. If you found this exploration of historical droughts fascinating, remember to like and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. We'd love to hear your thoughts and insights in the comments below.